Alcohol is the worst substance in this world, and I'm about to tell you why I stopped drinking. Let me tell you a quick story about the first time I ever drank. Now, this was when I was about 16, okay? And it was my first time that I ever drank. I had no idea what to do or how it tasted. So me and my mates went to the supermarket and we got like a 2-liter bottle of Smirnoff vodka. Straight vodka, nothing else. No chasers, no Coke, no Sprite, nothing, just straight vodka. We were playing pool as well, because I have a pool table. We played this little game, right? Let's say I was playing against my friend, which did happen. And if I sunk one of my balls, he would have to take a shot, okay? And if he sunk one of his balls, I would have to take a shot, right? And if you're not familiar with pool, there are 7 balls each. So it's minimum 7 shots per game. Anyway, we start playing and I'm a little bit better than him. So basically, like, for the first game, I'm pretty much sober and he's already down like 7 shots. Anyway, then I'm like, fuck it, let me just start hammering them because I'm a bit behind, etc, etc, etc. But then he says this really interesting thing. He says, let's keep drinking until we forget how many shots we've had. I thought it wasn't a bad idea, but then a genius spark lit off inside my head. I said, let's keep a tally about all the shots we have so we don't forget. And then he looked at me and was like, false. Fuck. And basically, I don't think I still have this paper, but we kept a paper and we literally just tallied off like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we just kept going with all these shots.
I can feel it. Yeah.
Anyway, he goes to bed, and then I go to bed straight after him, and then basically sleep like a baby. And I'm also curious if you've ever had this, where you lie down when you're shit-faced, and you close your eyes, and it literally feels like you're just spinning around in circles, or you're going on a roller coaster.
My head is spinning.
Anyway, that's what I felt. And I woke up the next day feeling like absolute shit. I was on the sofa like this, basically like passed out, and I was like, oh my god. It was like a really just horrible, sick feeling that I felt in my stomach. Basically just a really bad hangover. But this was my first time ever, right? I never knew what it felt like. Then I went upstairs, and basically for the next 2 days I just felt like complete shit. I didn't want to eat, just had some water, and that's it. But the reason I'm telling you this is because that was the only time I was ever shit-faced drunk. And it's basically the first time I ever drunk was the most drunk I ever got. That's why I'm telling you this. And then after that point, even now, which is like 3-4 years later, I can't take shots because my body just rejects it, which I'm grateful for, obviously. But yeah, let's move into the number 1 reason why I stopped drinking. Feeling like shit the next day. Even if I have 1 to 3 drinks, like not even that many, like not even like 5, 10, 20 or however many you people have.
There's one more.
Even if I just have 3, I still feel like shit the next day. Because I have a lack of sleep, usually, and just my digestive system is working, getting rid of the sugar, because usually when I drink, I usually have a cocktail, if anything.
Whoa, calm down.
And I just felt like shit the next day, and I was unproductive the next day, right? And even when I go out with my friends, I don't really drink, I just have a bunch of water. And what I've noticed is that they don't really care that you don't drink, because I'm a very social dude, and when I go out I like to speak to a lot of people, and when you're social they just presume like you're a little tipsy or like you're a little drunk, but I'm not, which is fine.
Hungarian.
Okay. And actually being social brings me on to my second point, which is drinking to be social, right? I was going to start university at the end of September, okay? And a lot of my friends, or a lot of people that I went to school with, went to university in Europe, and they started at the beginning of September. So around the middle of September, once they had like 2 weeks, and I still had 2 weeks to go to uni, I was chatting to them, speaking to them, And I was speaking to one of the girls, and she said, it's like, Fox, honestly, I just have to keep drinking and keep drinking. I keep have to going out and drinking, getting shit-faced because, you know, that's just the culture. That's what people do. That's how you meet people. You just have to keep drinking. And I was thinking to myself, why? Why would you force yourself to drink if the only reason you're doing it is to meet people? It was baffling to me, right? And so then I told myself for the rest of the year, so from September till December, I wasn't gonna drink. Just in case I got peer pressured, I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't gonna do that. And I told myself I'm not gonna drink. And which is exactly what I did. I went to uni, started going to pre's, started going out, and I just wasn't drinking. And I was still social.
Nobody hates it.
I still made friends, I still spoke to new people every day, and I just didn't even need to drink, you know? And what I've noticed as well is that it's not just like a one-off thing that people drink to be social or to make friends, but a lot of people do it. Even when I go out and I speak to people, they say that a lot of the time they drink is just to get looser, have more confidence, to be able to speak to other people. And it baffles me because you can just speak to people and be confident without drinking.
Yeah. I'm looking at myself in that and I can't.
There's no need to. And actually, this is what I've noticed as well, is that if you approach enough strangers in a night, and it's only like 5, usually, like 5 to 8, around that range, what I've noticed in my personal experience for me is that I become very social, and it's almost, it's like a drunk kind of feeling, right? Like when I approach like 5 to 8 people, I'm already flowing, I'm out of my head, I'm just saying the first thing that comes to my mind, similar to this, right? Because I'm just speaking, and the more you speak, the more momentum you get, and you sort of get into a rhythm where you don't think logically about what to say, it just comes out of your mouth. You can do the same when you're social. When you're sober, you don't even need to get drunk to be at this point. And the third reason why I don't drink is because I've seen it ruin people's lives. Now this is more of a serious note, but I've known some people, and I've seen some people's lives just get ruined, man. Like seriously, successful people drive nice cars, have a nice job, have a nice lifestyle, and I've seen them just go into a rut, and they start drinking in the morning, and then they're just constantly drunk, and it drives the people they love around them away. It drives the people that they love away, and it's just a horrible thing. And I'm not saying that obviously if you drink, you will get to that position. I'm just saying that from what I've seen, I don't even want to get into that position. You know, I'd rather just stay basically away from it. And I don't wanna lie, it scarred me. Like some of the things that I've seen, it has scarred me. But I'm very grateful for it because, you know, it's opened my eyes to what alcohol, and not just alcohol necessarily, but just, I guess, substances that take over people. So please, I want you to understand this, that if the only reason you drink is because your friend group drinks, or you want to be social and meet more people, just stop drinking, bro. Seriously, it's not worth it. You can be just as social, if not more social, because like the things you say will actually make sense rather than just slurring your words. Yeah, just stop drinking.